It can happen. It can totally happen. I used to think in yards for a soccer field. A kid could have gotten that, right? Then I got into the fire department. I think in feet, in distance of a hose now, right? Like, oh, that's 100 feet, that's an aerial, oh, that's 2, right? It's so funny. There's some units that see more than others, right? My name is Xochitl Chafino. I am a lieutenant in the Professional Standards Office in the Austin Fire Department. Because once you start, there's a whole process that's initiated. I've been with Austin Fire for 23 and a half years. Phonetically, it's gonna sound like so, S-O, and then chil, like C-H-E-E-L. I wanna help you with this. Xochitl.
Xochitl.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I've been calling you the wrong name.
Nope. And I think that'll be it.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, she's gonna barely answer their questions. She's not gonna answer, right?
So let's say it was you had a peanut butter and jelly.
Big rotate, big rotate. I went to study sports science, so I wanted to be a soccer coach or an exercise physiologist.
It's gonna print something.
It's gonna print something. If I had a dream, my dream niche was gonna be sports psychology. No worries.
I had to do that cybersecurity training.
Did you fill out your timesheet?
It's always something.
A friend of mine, we were in the training room, sitting at the training table, we're icing our ankles, and she said, hey, what are you gonna do? We're about to be seniors. I guess, I'm gonna stick around and maybe, try to get my master's. She says, I think I'm gonna be a firefighter. In the gear and like go and crawl around in fires and stuff, and like, what is that what you're talking about? That's what you're talking about. And she said, my dad's a firefighter. He says I'd be great at it. Yes, I think I'm gonna do that. That's interesting. And I think just planted that seed, just boop. Maybe she didn't even, that's weird.
Maybe she was one that didn't even do the...
She didn't do anything, so it's okay. July of 2001, it was memorable because the towers came down while I was in the academy.
French and Mandarin.
Deberías de decirles, ¿parlez-vous le français? Okay, we're gonna finish this out. Go sit in your chair.
I need a pen.
I was doing my clinical rotations where you have to do the ride-outs in the hospital overnight stays, and my mom called to tell me there was a really big fire and that I needed to turn the news on. So
American 11, if you're here, Boston Center.
There's been some sort of explosion at the World Trade Center in New York City.
I did, and that's when we found out that one plane had crashed into the first tower.
September 11th, 2001. You're going to remember this day for a long time.
It was really scary. I didn't know what to do. I was in an apartment, just starting this career, this job, and so I wanted some type of normalcy, so I went to the gym. I think I walked for about 6 hours just watching the news, just walking on the treadmill. I remember thinking, wow, that can happen anywhere. Is this something that you're willing to do?
The crash of these two aircraft into the towers of the World Trade Center in New York appear to be an act of terrorism. I
felt like I was in the right job.
You can see the chaos.
It's going to be 22s. I was just looking at Montopolis. It was an affirmation that I had made the right choice. Civilian wants to give kudos to the crew that performed CPR on her father. She wanted to thank them. Okay, thanks, Mike. But I have hiring right now, and then I have write-outs to do. I do, let me go grab them. Go through these emails and then get on the backgrounds. And then I have this stack of badges. I need to make probably 10, 20 badges today, so. Oh! We'll do those. Oh, it did! And come back. So this one's keeper, that's a keeper. Finish the backgrounds for this next process for class 141. Go into the Excel. I split it up into 3 different tabs. So we processed a lot, yeah. And it takes some time. What opens these positions are vacancies, and so we had quite a few people retire within the last couple months. I think kind of record numbers, actually. Orange is a withdrawal.
Is this considered orange?
Yes.
Like that.
Okay. I had a ton of other things that I needed to do as far as admin stuff and paperwork for backgrounds and all of that, but I felt like, oh wow, she still needs to talk about it. We need to get her that information. 09 East Riverside. We looked up the call, found who it was, who responded, and then gave them a heads up that she wanted to reach out to them?
It's Lieutenant Mark Mead. He's the one that had the crew that responded with him that day.
How wonderful.
You're welcome so much.
Even just,
Take care. Please call us if you need anything.
how much of a difference one call makes.
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye.
For someone. You make somebody's day that is just having the worst day of their life. If you can remember that, these people call us when they're having the absolute worst days of their lives. And we go and we do the tiniest thing and it helps them feel better. It goes such a long way for me, and that's a big deal.